Hello, welcome to Lakewood Next Daily Devotions. We're continuing our study in the Sermon on the Mount by going verse by verse through the sayings of Jesus in this sermon. And that brings us to these next three verses, Matthew 5, 14, 15, and 16. Over these three verses, Jesus unpacks this imagery of light. So in Matthew 5:14 it says, "You are the light of the world." The light of the world. If you were to go back into the Old Testament, you would see a lot of the imagery of light used. In Isaiah chapter 42, it says, "I am the Lord. I have called you in righteousness. I will take you by the hand and keep you. I will give you as a covenant for the people, a light for the nations." The covenant of God, it's a light for the nations. And in Isaiah 51 verse 4 it says, "Give attention to me, my people, and give ear to my nation. For a law will go out from me, and I will set my justice for a light to the peoples." If you keep going, or even going back into Exodus, when God led His people as a pillar of fire, this light, or Moses, whenever he came out of the presence of God and his face was glowing because God is the light of the world. And in John 1:9, it says, talking about Jesus, "The true light, which gives light to everyone, was coming into the world." And now in Matthew chapter 5, verse 14, Jesus says, "You are the light of the world." This role that was once the fundamental identity of God is now transferred onto those that follow Jesus. You are the light of the world. That's interesting because light draws sight. And so Jesus continues Matthew chapter 5, verse 14 by saying, "A city on a hill cannot be hidden." Like a city on a hill, you're going to be seen. And it's interesting, though, because now I want to go off of, in this, "You are the light of the world," we focused on the word "you" in that a lot. Like, you are the light of the world. But now I want to hit another word in this verse. It says, "You are." You are the light of the world. Which means that Jesus is not giving us a task that brings us into the position of being the light. He's actually giving us an invitation to be what we already are. You are the light of the world. The identifier of God across the Old Testament is now put on His people, that in living in us, we can be the light of the world. Go be the light and see what God does next.